D, old school, you on a roll. Yeah, I had some stuff happen to me when I did that last video. We need to talk about it. How about that? Spring-loaded trailers and air trailers. Air ride trailers. Back in the day, we used to have spring-loaded trailers. What this spring-loaded trailer would do is you would have to pull the handle to get the pins to release. Lock that handle in place. Pins are supposed to pop out. Didn't always happen. You had to either use a mallet or a hammer. Usually it was because the rain had came, the water had got in there and rusted it, and so one pin will pop out, or maybe no pins will pop out, or maybe 3 pins will pop out. Needless to say, more places have gotten modernized now. What you got now is air ride trailers. Now, let me explain the air ride trailer to you newer than me. A lot of guys don't, they don't know, but a lot of reefers run by air ride trailers, okay? There's a little button in the back there. It's silver. You pull on it, and this will release your pins. Now, what I ran into today was we had a little youngster driving for a particular company. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but the little youngster, he pulled the pins and he was asking for a hammer. So I went ahead and helped him out and told him straight up, hey man, what's the problem? Oh man, the pins, they won't pop out, and So I was like, oh, they won't, huh? He's like, yeah, they won't pop out, man. I said, okay, let's see what we can do to fix the problem. So what I did was I went ahead and I walked over there with my mallet and tried to help the little young brother out. And what ended up happening was the little young brother, he was grateful. But then I explained the situation to him. What I did was I told him straight up, these are air ride trailers. What happens with an air ride trailer is it drops. It's airbags, it's air driven. And so he said, well, I just picked this trailer up. I said, I know. He's like, how you know? I said, because you can't get the pins to pop. In a situation like that on an air ride trailer, what you got to do is basically leave that pin alone, the silver pin, until you build up enough pressure, meaning drive around with it or leave all the brakes on except the red trailer brake. You can leave your yellow out, but press in the red one.
600 feet on the right side.
What you want to do is allow that pressure to build up in that tank in the trailer. What that does is when you go to pull that silver button, you should hear ka-pop, like a stronger pop. If you hear a weak pop, like you pull that pin and they go, tick, that means that you don't have enough air back there in the system to be able to pull those pins. So what you want to do is just push in the red, the trailer brake right there, leave the yellow parking brake out. That will hold the truck, and you'll have to get used to this because you don't want to do something that may make the truck get away from you. Make sure the yellow is out. So you pull the yellow, you press the red in while you're sitting there, and just build up the pressure. You can step on the gas pedal, you can turn on your cruise and bump it up, we call it. Because your cruise, if you set your cruise and that green light come on and you hit it, turn it on cruise, it will bump up your idle. A lot of guys don't realize they need to bump up their idles with a D15 anyway. When they're parked at night, it burns off the excess and builds up oil pressure. But yeah, that's what it is with the air ride trailer. You have to let the pressure build up back there in the system. Once it's built up, you pull that air brake again, walk back there, and when you pull them pins, you can hear ka-pop, a stronger one, because that means pressure is built up back there. Now you can slide your tandems, okay? Another thing we're going to touch on, scales. Okay, Let's talk about scales. Chicken coops, we call them. Or coops. Coops, chicken coop, coop house, whatever you want to call it. Old drivers know what I'm talking about. I'll get to y'all in a minute. But yeah, when it comes to the scale house, two things, especially at night, because I'm sure these scale masters do not like it when you do it. You have to dim your lights once you get near that scale, because the scale master don't want your lights, your brights, nothing in his face. All he want to see is parking lamps, so he can read your DOT numbers, because that's what his job is, to get that information so he can put it within the system. Two things you're supposed to do when you pull up on the scale. Number one, slow down, because there's a speed through there. Number two, dim your lights. They tell you on the signs all the time, he can write you for it. Don't keep playing, because if he's in a bad mood, you will get cited for it. And roll down all your windows. I don't give a damn, it's 0 below outside. Roll down your windows, because what happens is you guys are pulling up on these scale houses and you're leaving your brights on and you're shining them right in their face, and if they tell you to pull around back, you'll know why. So that's for you newer than me. You're supposed to dim your lights, because that's what is required. You'll see the signs that say dim your lights, slow down to such and such speed. If you're doing it correctly, you should have no problem with a scale. There's no need to be scared of a scale. It's there to make sure that you're not cracking up the roads with heavy weight. Another thing, don't be scared to go up to a guy and talk to him and have a cordial conversation and ask him to be your mentor at some point. Don't be scared of these grumpy old men. Yeah, I'm talking to y'all, you grumpy. They're softer than a kitty cat. Don't be scared of them, man, you youngsters. That was a youngster that approached me on the pins. But yeah, don't be scared of these grumpy old men. They softer than a kitty cat, man. You walk up to them, man, they'll help you out, especially if you're a young guy. Somebody helped them out at one time. Remember that statement. Somebody helped them out at one time, whether it been a father, a mentor, or uncle, whoever it was. Help them. And I'm sure they were told to give it back. Pass it on. Pass it forward. Don't let them scare you, man. Just do what you need to do, you know? I mean, they cool, man. You know, a lot of these cats, they give an impression of don't bother me or whatever. Some guys you can approach, but a lot of them you can't. A lot of them, they willing to give you that information, and for no fee. So, like I'm doing right now, they'll give it to you. You walk up to him and ask him, you're gonna find, damn, he was a nice guy. I thought he was mean. I looked at his face, he looked like he ready to tear my head off. Nah, man, it ain't like that in this industry. You do have some guys here that they don't want to even bother with you. You have some guys in here who are more than willing to help, because they're giving back for something that was given to them. Believe me, we all started where you at, man. Don't let nobody fool you. We've all started where you're at. So, in closing, I just thought I'd put those two things out there, because I seen two things that happened to me, and I was going to make this video real quick. But yeah, that's what the deal is, man. You know, they pretty much messed up on the scale, and I seen him, and the lady told him back up and pull forward. So, and then he didn't have his windows down, and so it was a mess. But anyway, this is 76 P10, old school, better known as Big D. And I'm gone, y'all. But this is the last one for the day, because these take time. Gotta go deliver this load in Georgia. Talk to y'all later, man. Peace out.